Ilia quit on his stool, almost took Justin out in the second round. It looked like he had really tried to finish Justin, and then Justin started landing bombs in the third round. Ilia had slowed down quite a bit. Justin had him down with his two hands and just smashed a knee into his rib cage. You could see him go like that, and that was the end of the round. The end of the fourth round, Ilia quit on his stool. Both of his eyes were swollen shut. His nose was up. He'd taken so many punches to the face. It was the greatest fight of all time.
Joe Rogan has weighed in on Ilia Topuria's recovery following his brutal defeat to Justin Gaethje at the UFC White House Card.
What about that 1 minute between the rounds? If Ilia had to come out with that 1 minute when they were looking at him and he said he couldn't see, Justin might have stopped him right then. Ilia had a full minute to completely recover that he should have gotten. Inexperienced doctor.
They overruled doctor who may not have been as experienced in this.
Mark said it was an inexperienced doctor. You gotta let them fight.
Gotta let them fight.
If they want to fight, you gotta let them fight.
And according to many people around the sport, the road back could be far longer than fans initially expected. The reason this story continues generating so much attention isn't simply because Topuria lost. It's because of the condition he was reportedly left in afterwards. Photos, reports, and discussions surrounding the aftermath of the fight have painted the picture of a fighter who absorbed an enormous amount of damage over the course of one of the toughest nights of his professional career.
He might never be the same fighter. He's undefeated. He got beaten badly. He pushed Justin Gaethje. He let his emotions get in the way a little bit. However, when you lose a fight like that, you know, you've been beaten. Like Prince Naseem Hamed. I mean, he was destroying everyone and he lost one fight. And he was never the same again, right?
Yeah.
Now you know you can be beaten. There's that doubt in there. Who knows? Maybe he comes back and he's a better version of himself. Yeah. But we don't know until that happens.
I think Ilia's going to come back better than ever. He's young still. He was going through some personal stuff. I think he's going to come back. I mean, Justin fucking humbled him for sure.
Yeah. I also think, though, like, he's human now. So anyone who fights him now, they're like, they know that's in him, that they know it's a possibility. And a big thing, even with you and like Ilia and these guys, before the losses, they were almost scared in there. Like there's this weird aura, like this scary aura, like he's going to everyone up. Now that it got exposed a little bit, I think he's not going to come back as just dominating.
Broken.
While fans have spent weeks discussing the result itself, the conversation has now shifted towards something much more important. How much damage was actually done and what that means for Topuria moving forward. That's where Joe Rogan's comments have added another layer to the discussion. Over the years, Rogan has spoken extensively about the reality of recovery in combat sports and how fighters often face battles outside the cage that fans never truly see.
Factor in the fight is that you have been in wars. You've been in a bunch of wars. Yeah. And Ilia really had only had some rough moments against Jai Herbert. Yusuf Zalal gave him some problems, but it was nothing serious. The wars that you've been in, these just down and dirty brawls that you've been in, you're comfortable with the back and forth. You're comfortable with enduring. You know that you're not going to break. You know, if your body holds up, you're going to keep fighting and you can endure. I don't think he'd ever experienced that before.
It's one thing to lose a fight. It's another thing entirely to suffer the kind of damage that forces surgery, extended recovery periods, and months away from training. That's why so many people are paying attention to Topuria's situation, because history has shown that some fighters return stronger than ever after devastating defeats, while others are never quite the same again. The difficult reality of combat sports is that not all damage heals equally.
Did it show on the broadcast Ilia like fainting when they were leaving or not?
Yeah, he was like resting on his brother's arms on the way out, like nearly collapsing into him quite badly. Dude, he's got a broken orbital, broken cheekbone.
Is that confirmed?
I think that he's gonna.
You think Patty's gonna beat Justin Gaethje?
Easy.
Wow. Easy. Really easy?
Yeah, easy.
Really easy?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a crazy thing to say. Greatest night in the history of MMA by far.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's ever gonna top this until something does.
I don't think anything is ever going to top this, man. This was...
And when we think about Ilia Topuria, who was ubiquitously regarded with Islam Makhachev as 1 or 1A in terms of the pound-for-pound kings, going to be fascinating to watch this mixed martial arts athlete rebuild, because that was a destructive loss for him and his legacy.
Yeah, and who knows what kind of damage he took, because we could be looking at broken orbital bones.
Orbital looks, the way he swole up.
Yeah.
I'm no doctor. Right. I know we like to play doctor at times. We sometimes be saying diagnosis, but his eye, the way it was so black and blue and closed.
Ilia loses to Justin. What did you think of the fight?
When I saw that, I couldn't believe, to be honest. And I was happy.
So what did you think about how it actually played out?
He felt so confident that like I'm going there and knock him out. He didn't even use his jab. He was just wanting to throw the right hand and knock him out right away. But like Justin, he's a dog, and like he has a good chin. Justin did a good job.
It seemed like the doctor was calling it off, but then they let it go. What did you think of that?
They should stop him on the third round because his eye was closed and he couldn't see. He wanted to fight, but like his brother said, no, that's enough.
Do you feel like he quit?
I mean, of course he did.
Cuts heal, swelling goes down, broken bones can mend. What nobody truly knows until a fighter returns, however, is whether the confidence, timing, reactions, and willingness to engage remain exactly the same. That's why, whenever a fighter suffers a particularly brutal loss, questions inevitably begin appearing about how they'll look when they finally return.
What's going to happen to him? Walking forward with their hands down on the opening bell, you're going to get walloped.
People saying that he reminds us of you and all that stuff.
No way, does he? He has the same tattoos, he says the same stuff.
Right in front of you, son. Shit! Right in front of you. Do something about it.
He does the same fucking movements.
Have they understood it? You have...
He was going to scream on the thing. I wish him well. He's all right. I like him. Maybe.
Justin Gaethje. Well in, lad. Undisputed champion. You deserve it after your career. But now I want that rematch. I am going to finish BSD and I want that rematch with Justin Gaethje for the undisputed title. I told you, didn't I? It was fate. Justin Gaethje, man, that's off to you. You deserve it for the fucking heavy career you've had. You absolutely deserve it, lad. Everyone gave me shit for getting beat by him. What now? What now, lad? Thought he was finished. Thought he was 38. Thought he was over the hill. And then he just beat you. Greatest fighter of all time, Ilia Topuria. You fucking gang of gobshite. I went 5 with him. I took every fucking shot that he threw at me and kept walking forward. This little bitch has just quit after 4 rounds. That's what this little bitch has just done. Look at him, sat on his stool. I kept fucking walking forward at Gaethje for 5 rounds and didn't have an ounce of quit in me.
For Topuria, those questions feel bigger than ever. Coming into the White House card, he was viewed by many as one of the UFC's fastest rising stars and a fighter capable of dominating the division for years to come. The event was supposed to be another step towards superstardom. Instead, it became a night that changed the entire conversation surrounding his future.
I think that Justin Gaethje can't win. Like, anybody can lose in an MMA fight. People get hit. Like in Ilia Topuria, one of his early fights, Herbert caught him with a head kick in the first round. Dustin is always just trying to... This is a dangerous guy. He's a dangerous guy for anybody. He's always moving forward, trying to smash you. He leg kicks you from inside the clinch. People forget it. Gaethje's a warhammer, dude. That guy loves battles. It's not like this tactical... take a chance here, take a chance there. No, everything's take a chance. It's like from the very beginning of the fight. Way he fought, you're like, good Lord.
Did you feel he was broken after he didn't get that finish?
I never felt he was broken because he was so dangerous at the whole time. But in the third round, when I started landing those jabs, when he started finding his back foot, I knew something was different.
I mean, it was fight of the night, but, fight of the year, fight of the whatever. It's one of the greatest fights you'll ever see. It was incredible. And especially when you got a guy, I don't know where it ended up, but 6, 7, 8 to 1 underdog and then comes in and does what he did tonight. And then Ilia, I mean, the body shots that Ilia hit Gaethje with in that round. And then Gaethje gets through it. Gaethje's about to get into, an arm bar. He almost got into a triangle. I mean, you saw everything in that fight.
What made Gaethje's performance so impressive wasn't simply the victory itself, it was the way he gradually took control of the fight, forcing Topuria into uncomfortable exchanges and continuously making him work harder than he wanted to. Rather than allowing Topuria to dictate the pace, Gaethje slowly turned the contest into exactly the type of battle that has defined his own career. By the end of the fight, the visible damage told its own story. That's why recovery has become such a major talking point. Fans want to know how long he'll be out. They want to know whether surgery has solved the problem. And they want to know when one of the UFC's biggest stars can realistically return. The answer is that nobody truly knows. Every recovery is different. Every fighter heals differently. Every injury brings its own challenges. What appears obvious, however, is that Topuria is unlikely to rush back into competition. The stakes are simply too high, and the UFC will almost certainly want him fully healthy before discussing another major fight.
Do you feel like he quit?
Of course he did. They should stop him on the third round because his eye was closed and he couldn't see, but he wanted to fight because he's a warrior, you know. But like round number 4, his brother said, no, that's enough. That's the right decision, you know, because when you have a one eye, it's so difficult to fight.
I was a little bit surprised. Also, I know that Gaethje is a hell of a fighter. If I were him, what else does he want to accomplish? He did it all.
What do you think is next for Ilia?
Ilia is an unbelievable fighter. Sometimes just not your night. If he fights again, we will probably regain the title. He put too much energy, tried to finish Justin, and when he didn't get it,
I think that really screwed him up. He was expecting to go in there and do what he normally does, knock guys out.
Some of these small guys, they're delusional. They have false confidence because they're hiding behind a weight class.
Were you surprised that Topuria ended up losing?
Topuria, in my eyes, was the best UFC fighter right now, but Topuria makes the mistake of he trains a little too hard. I knew if Gaethje could withstand the storm, he had unorthodox things that he was doing. Gaethje would dip and then grab that uppercut and hit him with the uppercut because, I mean, he's been in those types of fights.
He quit on the stool. He quit twice. I stopped him twice. You know for a fact, you do not ever as a fighter say, I cannot see. He wanted out. Before this, he was a guy that you couldn't get through.
Do you think Ilia's going to try for a rematch?
No, he doesn't get a rematch. He can try, but he doesn't get one. His next challenge can't be me. He needs to fight Patty.
I wonder if he'll still have those celebration dinners the night before.
There's no way.
When you're thinking about competing, who do you think it will be? You think it'll be Arman?
No.
That creates an interesting situation for the division itself. While Topuria focuses on recovery, the rest of the lightweight landscape continues moving forward. Justin Gaethje's victory has opened new opportunities, contenders continue emerging, and future title discussions are already beginning without a clear timeline for Topuria's return. Then comes the biggest question of all. Who does he fight when he comes back? Some fans want an immediate rematch with Gaethje.
Every great athlete loses. GSP lost. I've lost. I've gotten knocked out. Only person who hasn't lost, actually, he has lost. John Jones has also lost. All the greats have lost, ladies and gentlemen. We've all lost, and that doesn't say that Ilia Topuria can't come back and be even greater. Ilia Topuria is 29 years old. He's made a ton of money. But, you know, if you have Ilia Topuria versus Rufi, that would be a fucking sick fight. If you have Ilia Topuria versus Arman Tsarukyan, that'll be a sick fight too. He's gonna have to deal with Arman Tsarukyan's athleticism, his wrestling, just his will to move around and just be dynamic as an athlete. Can Arman withstand Ilia Topuria's power if he get him out? Now, next time Ilia Topuria fights, if it isn't a title fight, it's gonna be 3 rounds. So Ilia Topuria has less rounds to work with. If it's a title fight, so he's got 5 rounds, it changes the strategy a little bit.
I want that rematch. I am going to finish BSD, and I want that rematch with Justin Gaethje for the undisputed title. I told you, didn't I? It was fate. Justin Gaethje, man, that's off to you. You deserve it for the fucking heavy career you've had. You absolutely deserve it, lad. Everyone gave me shit for getting beat by him. What now? What now, lad? Thought he was finished. Thought he was 38. Thought he was over the hill. And then he's just beat you. Greatest fighter of all time, Ilia Topuria, you fucking gang of gobshite. I went 5 with him. I took every fucking shot that he threw at me and kept walking forward. This little bitch has just quit after 4 rounds.
Others believe he should take a different fight first and rebuild momentum before revisiting that rivalry. There are arguments on both sides, but what everyone agrees on is that his comeback fight will instantly become one of the most watched events in the sport. Because this story is no longer just about a loss, it's about what happens after adversity. It's about whether one of the UFC's biggest stars can recover from the toughest night of his career and return to the level that made him such a dangerous fighter in the first place. And until fans finally see Ilia Topuria back inside the cage, those questions are only going to get louder.